Good Sunday afternoon. Good Sunday afternoon. How y'all doing? I have a very busy schedule ahead of me, so I'm just gonna make a quick little video. Um, I have been studying words. As you know, I'm a writer. I've been studying words for the past 20 years, I guess you can say. And one guy I came across, I want to say back in 2000. It was about 8, 9 years ago. A guy by the name of Dr. Masaru Emoto. I think he's a Japanese scientist who did these experiments with water, freezing water, and recording the crystals, taking pictures of the crystals. But what he would do, him and his scientific colleagues or some of his co-workers, what they would do was record the words, and I'll get to the point of why I'm making this video in a second. What they would do is they would speak certain affirmations or speak certain words to jars of water. Sometimes it was water and rice, and then they would freeze the jars with the water, and take a look at the crystals under microscopes to see if the words had any effect on the water and the rice. So I'm going to show a little clip here, and then I'll speak on that in a second. Let me flip this around.
Dr. Emoto has conducted another interesting experiment. He placed rice into 3 glass beakers and covered it with water. And then every day for a month, he said, "Thank you" to one beaker, "You're an idiot" to the second, and the third one he completely ignored. After 1 month, the rice that had been thanked began to ferment, giving off a strong, pleasant aroma. The rice in the second beaker turned black, and the rice that was ignored began to rot. Dr. Emoto thinks that this experiment provides an important lesson, especially with regard to how we treat children. We should take care of them, give them attention, and converse with them. Indifference does the greatest harm.
So that's the end of that video. Like I said, it's not going to be a long video today. Let me flip this. But basically, our bodies are made up of mostly water. I think we're probably made up of 75%, 80% water, or maybe more. And what they did by showing these experiments, it's plenty of experiments they did on water and freezing the water. This is just one little short one I decided to show. But the water that they spoke positive affirmations to and positive words, kind words to, or the rice in this case. The rice fermented and it gave off this nice smell. The one that they spoke hateful things to, it started rotting almost like in a matter of days, and it just turned to this nasty type of mush. It turned black and started getting moldy. And the one, I believe the one that they didn't say anything to, I wasn't even watching the video just now, but I don't think that it did much. But so my thing is the words that we speak to our children, the words that we speak to each other. This came about because, like I said, I am a writer. I've been writing for over 20 years now, and in all of my books, I try to put my words or arrange my words so that it comes off in a pleasant way in certain scenes, and in other scenes I want you to really feel like a dark scene. I have one scene in Jaja where the mom is she's gotten possessed by this demon, and she's in the bathroom, and her son walks in, and she's on the floor convulsing, and cockroaches start coming out of her mouth. So I had to find the right words in order to convey that scene, and I want the reader to actually feel how it would be to walk in the bathroom and see your mom, with cockroaches crawling out of her mouth. And for all of you that purchased that book, Jaja, a lot of people have commented back to me that that's a very moving scene, a very scary scene. But the point of this whole video is to point out the fact that for you out there with children, grandchildren, nieces and nephews, you may take a look. You may keep every now and then. I really encourage you to watch what you say to your children and how you say it, because everything that you say and how you say it has a vibration to it. There's proof of it. There's plenty of scientific experiments that they've done to show proof that this is the case. So, and I'm also a firm believer in karma. So what you put out, you will get it back. It may not be the same way. It may be the same way, but a lot of times it's not the same way. And what you put out is exactly what you get back. I'm going to show my shirt off real quick. My son got me this for Father's Day. Dad, King of the Garden. I'm big on gardening these days, and he actually made this T-shirt. My 14-year-old son, and so I try to speak positive words, positive affirmations into my kids' life. All of my kids are doing pretty decent. Most of my oldest 3 kids all got academic scholarships. To the oldest one, he went to North Carolina to Chapel Hill, graduated there a couple years ago. The one next to him graduated from Francis Marion a couple years ago, and my daughter is now going to College of Charleston. She's about to graduate here in a little bit. And my youngest son, he's 14, so he's just starting high school, but he's doing good as well. And my wife and I, we practice speaking. We practice our speech when it comes to how we want to encourage our kids. I'll show a little bit more. It's another video I've been watching here, and I think I remember where it left off at. But I'll show a little bit more of a different video, and then I got to start writing because I hadn't written a word. No pun intended. I hadn't written one word this weekend. So let me show you this other clip, and let me turn this around. I think I know where it's at. There's it. I think it's no.
Release.
You know what? This is not even the right video. My bad. I just saw it up on the. I think it's this one. I've been watching a couple.
Moto was actually here at Watkins Books. I think it was 2010 or 2011 to give his lecture here, and I feel really happy and pleased that I'm here today to do the same work.
Oh yeah, this is the right one.
Is with us today.
Yeah, this
Thank
is the
you
right
so
one.
much. I worked for Dr. Moto as a personal assistant since 2004, the March of 2004, until he passed away on the 17th of October in 2014. So I was his personal assistant. Choices.
Oh, so nice.
And the number that we make choices in one day is, in average, your mind is saying something, right?
This is it right here.
On naked eyes does not mean that nothing exists. So many things are existing. And our consciousness.
Okay. Yeah, I think this is.
And then
this is the right video. I'm trying to find out where
of 200 times.
I was watching earlier.
Using that microscope
Yeah, this is
of
it. Yeah.
200 times, we can observe.
So she's talking about the what I was saying earlier about the microscope, um, taking pictures of the crystals that form in these jars. Let me back it up a little bit more. I think it was around the 530 mark.
Uh,
Yep, here it is.
Freezer, and then observe with them under 25 droplets of percent of what exists. What we are hearing is only maybe 5%, just a little small percentage of what really exists on this earth. Water crystal, the way we take water crystals is we make droplets of samples of water into.
So let me give a little context to this. What she's saying is what I was saying earlier. They spoke certain words to the water, and they took little samples of those different water droplets or whatever, and they froze those, and then they took pictures. And I'm sure that you guys have heard of this already. I'm really just reiterating on what I have learned over the past couple of years on words. A lot of people say that I come off pretty. My videos come off pretty soothing, and it's kind of relaxing to listen to my voice. And I'm by nature a soft-spoken person, but I'm very conscious of what I say because I know what vibrations are being emitted. So just listen to what she has to say. And this is coming from Watkins Books. You see right here where the cursor is on the bottom. So this is coming from Watkins Book, and she's talking about Dr. Emoto. But here, let me play this real quick.
50 petri dishes and freeze them under 25 minus 25 degrees freezer, and then observe with microscope of 200 times. Using that microscope of 200 times, we can observe crystals. That means if we try to look for crystals with our naked eyes, we cannot see it. But they exist. Something that we cannot see with our own naked eyes does not mean that nothing exists. So many things existing. And our consciousness is a powerful, powerful energy. And one day, do you know how many times we think in one day, 24 hours a day? Some people already probably know. But our mind is so busy, and we are thinking constantly. Even though you're listening to me right now, your mind is saying something, right? And it's like between 50,000 and 70,000 times is what our mind is thinking, or we come up with many thoughts or emotions. And out of these 50 to 70,000 times, we are constantly making decisions or making choices. And the number that we make choices in one day is, in average, 35,000 times. And if we say water is really deeply connected with our consciousness, if we are really connected so strongly with our consciousness, and if that is creating our world, reality, 35,000 times of decisions that we make in one day, we should be making positive, compassionate, and kind decisions, because it really creates our reality. My life, your life, affects our surroundings, family, society, the earth. So please remember that. Now, I'll show what the resonance is, what vibration is. Now, you know that everything is vibrating. Even though we don't see the vibration of this table, it's vibrating. When we tap it, we can hear the sound, the vibration of this table, right? And it's in between 20 and 20,000 hertz. That's what we can hear. And the reason why, do you know why we can hear the sound? Vibration makes sound. And why can we hear the sound? It's because there's water in the air. Water is the substance that allows us to hear the sound. And when I hit 440 hertz sound like this. Can you hear? All hear? Now, the law of vibration and law of resonance is when two things when things are vibrating at the same frequency, they resonate. When I hit this 440, here's another 440 hertz. And here's...
So I'm just going to pause it here real quick. Recently, it's been a lot of synchronistic things happening within the Kwame Brown Bus Life movement. And me and Miss Kathy Borthwick, it's always some kind of synchronistic thing going on. And what she said just now, she said when two things are vibrating at the same vibration, there's this connection basically. So, that's a very important part of this movement. We're all sort of vibrating on the same frequency. That's why it's such a powerful movement. My book Mech, the one about the Dragonfly spaceship, I have a fork that pretty much you vibrate the fork inside the spaceship, and that transports it moves the spaceship from one place to another, and it actually changes dimensions with that fork. So a lot of talk about vibrations, a lot of talk about water, how important water is. Miss Hotsy Totsy, she just just messaged me not too long ago and said she's traveling right now. Safe travels to you. She's told me that she drinks this alkaline water. Water is very important for your body, and it's not like 90% of the earth. So all of these things play a role in how we manifest things in life and how we function, our moods, how we feel every single day. The vibration that you're putting off every single day affects your environment, and ultimately it affects the entire earth. If you guys are familiar with the butterfly effect. But it's about 18 minutes now. I'm going to play a little bit more of this, and then I got to go right, y'all. I'm sorry. I got to write.
It's 442 hertz. 442 hertz means this is vibrating 442 times per 1 second. It's just in 1 second. So it's vibrating really fast. And it sounds like this. 440 hertz is vibrating 440 times per 1 second. So it sounds, they are very similar, right? Only 2 times difference in 1 second. 440 times, 442 times in 1 second. So they sound pretty much the same. Okay? What happens is when I hit this 440, there are two 440s, right here. Here's 442. When I hit one 440, please pay attention to what happens to the other 440. Did you hear?
Yeah. So she did skip
They
it.
resonate. This is the law of resonance.
So in other words, she hit one 440, did not hit the other 440, stopped the one that she hit with her hand, and you could still hear a vibration. So by hitting one, the other one resonated with the other one. So I'm gonna show you that one more time, and that's what I mean by this the what's happening with synchronicity. We're on the same wavelength, and that's very important to maintain that wavelength. I made a video the other day about showing a sign of strength, because we have something that they don't have right now as far as the adversary, the people that are going up against this whole movement. But let me play this one more time so you guys can see that. And it's not a trick. This is not a magic trick. This is something that we do all the time. As far as human beings are, we are vibrational creatures. We operate on vibrations. We're all vibrating right now. So let me play this one more time.
This.
Okay.
Did you hear? When I hit 1440, please pay attention to what happens to the other 440. Did you hear?
It's not a magic trick.
They resonate. This is the law of resonance. This is something very important because this shows the law of vibration, law of attraction, law of the universe. Now, even though they're so close to each other, they're vibrating so close, with the frequencies very close. But if they're not vibrating at this very same frequency, they do not resonate. What about if I hit 442? Oops. One more time. Dr. Emoto used to say that human beings are the only people who can adjust our vibration to the other person. This is how we can get along with each other. When people are getting along with each other, we're vibrating at the same frequencies. The way we can do is, when I want to get along with you, I adjust my frequency to your frequency. So the way we can do is we can try to be nice to you with smile and try to be adjusting myself.
Right.
If I want to resonate with this 440 hertz, all I have to do is make 440 hertz frequency with my own voice. If I can do that, this will resonate in sound, right? So let me try if I can do that. Oops. Yay! Okay, Dr. Emoto was so good at this. And when I succeeded his work, I tried this at the beginning and I could not do it. So I practiced a lot of times and now I can do it. So that, sometimes it takes practice, but we can do it.
So I'm going to stop it right here. I got it right. But basically, our words are very important. Our vibration is very important, the vibration that you put out. Because if you're putting out this negative vibration, you're probably going to attract negativity to you. I got it right now, guys, so I can't go any further. It's all, and I got other things to do too. But if you guys are liking the content, go ahead and hit that like button. And if you are not subscribed already, go ahead and subscribe. And like I said, I'm a writer, and I try to incorporate a lot of what I'm saying right now about vibrations into all of my stories. And I think I'm doing a decent job at it. You can only get better, right, if you practice, right, just like she said. But anyways, I gotta go. You guys have a lovely Sunday, and shout out to everybody who's trying to get on a better vibration. Blessings, and I'll talk to you all later. Have a good one.